Hey everyone, welcome back to Smart with Points. I'm Jack, and today we're talking about something that always gets people excited and slightly confused buying points, specifically Qatar Avios. Now, before you rush off to hand over your hard earned cash, let's have a proper look at whether this 50% bonus is actually worth it, or if it's just clever marketing designed to make us feel like we're getting a bargain. Spoiler alert, it's a bit of both. So here's the deal. Qatar Airways Privilege Club is running a promotion where you can buy Avios with a 50% bonus. The offer runs from the 10th through the 16th of February 2026. So if you're listening to this after that date, well, you've missed it. But don't worry, these promotions come around fairly regularly, so the principles we discussed today will still apply next time. Let's break down the numbers. The base cost to buy Qatar Avios is 3.5 cents per point before any bonus. With this 50% bonus, the effective cost comes down to 1.53 cents per Avios. For those of us in the UK, that works out to roughly 1.2 pence per point. Now, that sounds pretty decent on paper, but as always with points and miles, context is everything. The purchased Avios post to your account instantly, which is nice if you're in a hurry to book something. And the standard annual purchase limits apply, which typically means you can buy up to 200,000 Avios per calendar year, including any bonuses. So how does this stack up against other ways of acquiring points? Well, at 1.2 pence per point, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not brilliant either. For context, British Airways often runs promotions where you can buy Avios at 1 penny per point, or even less with a decent bonus. And if you look at hotel programs like IHG, they regularly offer 100% bonuses that bring the cost down to around 0.35 pence per point. That's significantly cheaper. But here's the thing, and this is really important. There are often much better ways to acquire Qatar Avios without buying them at all. If you're in the UK, you can transfer points to Qatar from American Express membership rewards, Virgin Money, or Barclays Avios, all at a 1-to-1 ratio. That means you're effectively buying them at whatever value you assign to those points, and if you're earning them through everyday spending or sign-up bonuses, that's usually much better value than 1.2 pence each. So, is this deal actually worth it? Well, let's do the maths. To break even, you need to get at least 1.2 pence per Avios in value from your redemptions. Anything less, and you're losing money. Anything more, and you're winning. The good news is that Qatar Airways is known for having excellent business and first-class products. So if you're redeeming for premium cabin travel, you can often get fantastic value. Let's look at some real examples. If you book London to Doha in business class, it'll cost you 50,000 Avios, plus around £90 in taxes. If you're booking during peak season, when a cash ticket might cost £2,000, you're getting roughly 3.8 pence per Avios in value. That's well above the 1.2 pence you'd pay to buy them, so that's a strong redemption that would make buying at this rate worthwhile. Another example, London to the Maldives in business class. That will run you 75,000 Avios plus £150 to £200 in taxes. Cash prices for this route often sit around £3,000 to £4,000, which gives you roughly 3.8 to 5.1 pence per Avios. Again, that's well above the 1.2 pence you'd pay, so it's a good deal. Here's my verdict. This deal makes sense if you have a specific redemption in mind and you're genuinely short on points. Maybe you've got 60,000 Avios and you need 75,000 for that Maldives trip. Buying 15,000 at 1.2 pence each to top up, that could be worth it, but this is not a stock-up offer. If you're just buying points speculatively or you don't have immediate travel plans, you're better off waiting for a better bonus or earning Qatar Avios through credit card transfers. The sweet spot here is buying just enough to top up for a specific business class redemption where you'd otherwise miss out. It's definitely not worth it for economy redemptions, where the value per point rarely exceeds 1 penny, which means you'd actually be losing money at 1.2 pence per point. So how do you actually buy these Avios if you decide it's worth it? It's pretty straightforward. Log into your Qatar Airways Privilege Club account, navigate to Buy Avios in your account dashboard, select the number of Avios you want to purchase, and the 50% bonus is applied automatically. Complete the payment with a credit or debit card, and the Avios appear in your account immediately. No waiting around. A few things to know before you buy. First, there's that annual purchase limit. Most members can buy up to 200,000 Avios per calendar year, and that includes any bonuses. Second, the Avios post instantly, which is great if you're trying to book something before availability disappears. Third, all sales are final, so there are no refunds if you change your mind. Fourth, purchased Avios extend the expiry of your entire balance by 36 months from the date of purchase, which is a nice perk. Fifth, you can pay with credit or debit cards, so consider using a card that earns rewards on this category to offset some of the cost. And finally, this is a straightforward purchase, not a transfer, so there are no additional tax implications beyond VAT, which is already included in the price. So, bottom line, this is a decent but not spectacular offer. At 1.2 pence per Avios, it makes sense if you're topping up for a high-value business or first-class redemption and you can't wait for a better promotion. But if you're just looking to accumulate points speculatively, skip it. You'll likely see better buy bonuses later in the year, and you can earn Qatar Avios more cost-effectively through UK credit card transfers from Amex, Virgin Money or Barclays. Only pull the trigger if you have a specific award booking in mind that justifies the cost. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode of Smart with Points. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the podcast on all major platforms or head over to our website at smartwithpoints.co.uk. We've got loads of resources there to help you maximize your points and miles. And before we wrap up, a quick word about a tool that can really help you find the best ways to use those Avios once you've got them. Looking for the best award flights? Use awardtravelfinder.com to search availability across Qatar Airways, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, and more. Try it for free with our link in the show notes.